I just watched a new episode of Camp, which is called Dial M for Jasper. Isn't that a great title? It's a response to an earlier episode called Jasper Dies at the End, which is probably one of my favorite titles. So, David, of course, is haunted by the ghost of this old camper, Jasper, who earlier it's revealed that Jasper was really into the camp, but then on a technicality, he loses his title as best camper to David, which made David fall in love with the camp and Jasper really hate it. So, kind of selfish, David. You're not as nice as you think you are. He's still my favorite character. But with Jasper's death, you do actually find out what happened. And Max and I both thought that David killed him or was somehow directly responsible. Or at least that Cameron Campbell was directly responsible. But nope, it is a very comedically appropriate accident. Watch it for yourself. Support Rooster Teeth by watching it on their website. I actually had to watch a week later because I'm not a member of their website and can't exactly pay for too much right now. Anyway, yeah, kind of relating to Gwen that way. But you do see that David does not actually know that Jasper died. He thinks that they just had a falling out, which the kids don't have the heart to tell him, and Jasper can't leave Spooky Island. I'm curious as to whether or not he's going to come back, because Jasper's spirit didn't vanish, so I think he's going to come back. And I think he's going to stick up for David at some point because Cameron Campbell, who is in Super Guantanamo, decides that he's going to try and blame David for the whole scam that is Camp's existence. Because it was indirectly David who gave Cameron Campbell the idea to do that in the first place. So interesting. I am very curious to see how he's going to pull that off. Season 3 is probably my favorite one so far because there's such a great continuity and I like the characters. I like these setups. I'm always really excited about these setups. The kids do pass along this message from Jasper to David. And David just feels so guilty for picking the camp over his friend because he so believes in Cameron Campbell and he so believes in the camp even though it's so clear to everybody else but David that he's just being a patsy. This episode also had a really personal connection because the day I watched it for the first time, I actually heard back from my middle school bully, and that was somebody who I was friends with for 6 years, but then she turned on me, decided to be with the cool kids, and she picked on me a lot for my interests, for how I looked, and this was when cyberbullying just became a thing, and my parents were useless to help me, or they just dismissed it. So I carried that grudge for way too long, and I did reach out a while ago. I didn't hear back until today, actually, where she said, "Hi, Alexandra, I'm sorry if anything I did affected you negatively when we were in primary school. I'm so glad to hear that you're doing well now. Lots of love. Sincerely, person's name." And there were 3 heart emojis, which was very sweet. So this episode now has that sweet, heartwarming, personal connection with, and gives me some closure. So just like David, yay! Now you know that story, and probably going to be rewatching this episode a few more times.